Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show on 94.7 The Pulse. Music, interviews, news, and, well, Two Blokes Chatting. Now, here are the two blokes.
Good morning to you, Tamsin, Lancaster.
Good morning. How are you?
Going well, thank you. Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show, and that just pales into insignificance because you are, in fact, far more excited, I suspect, about being the winner of, Rob, not just the 2023, but the inaugural, if you don't mind, and the first one, Great Southern Song Comp. You're the only person ever to have won that, Tamsin. How do you feel?
Over the moon. It's so chuffed. It's words cannot fathom.
So, Tamsin, where did it start for you in tinkering with music and writing your own songs?
Well, initially I was born in London, and my family moved over to Australia when I was about 10 years old, and I started singing when we first moved here to Sydney. And then I think I started 10 singing, and then when I turned about 16, I believe I started top-lining and writing with producers and getting things done. That's where it all started.
The influences on your early music, was your family a very musical family that you were dragged into, or were you sneak away listening to particular favourite artists on radio or internet? Yeah,
no. My family jokes about it all the time. No one really has a musical bone in their body. Both of my parents actually work in IT, so.
I've worked in IT. That doesn't mean we don't have musical bones in our body. You understand? So, who were the people that you grew up listening to that influenced your choices of the sound you make?
That's an interesting question. When I was growing up, my family used to always have Smooth FM on the radio.
We've heard of them. They're nowhere near as good as 94.7 The Pulse, you understand.
But they do play nice music.
Yes. So I used to, Little Tim used to listen to the oldies all the time growing up. So when I first started learning how to sing as well, that's the kind of music I was singing. I was singing a lot of like Whitney Houston and Barbra Streisand, and that's what I grew up with.
So the influence of your writing style, a lot of music these days, the modern music's got different themes to it, but Ed Sheeran's of the world still write, and Taylor Swift still write stories within songs. Are you a bit of a storyteller in your music?
Well, I try to be. I want to create as much of an image and an experience in the songs as possible. I find that when I'm writing my songs, I tend to be quite introspective. It's always interesting. I always want to ask questions or get people thinking with the songs.
I'm not surprised by the observation around Taylor Swift. I think I could hear a bit of Taylor Swift in the song style and the voice. Is that something that you're going to be pleased I said, or are you going to be really angry that I said?
Yeah, Taylor's great.
Oh, sure.
I love that.
Oh, okay, good. Because I could hear a bit of, Wildest Dreams, that kind of song in there. Rob's looking puzzled. He's never heard of a Taylor Swift song in his life.
No, I've heard of a few, but not Wildest Dreams.
Okay. I got that sort of sense, that telling a story and that kind of style as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, no, I can see that.
The storytelling, we've talked to a lot of artists in recent times who do write their own songs, and some is very fictional storytelling, but others is lived experience. And you sort of mentioned your own experience. Are your songs drawn from real life experience?
Yes, yes, they are. Which I guess is kind of sad because a lot of my songs are tend to be about heartbreak, but I mean, we live and we learn, and it makes great content for my music.
Yeah, well, Taylor Swift certainly has lived off heartbreak.
Has she sung a song about heartbreak at any stage, Taylor?
Yeah, she certainly lived in a very sad world, it would appear. It's turned into financial reward, but sometimes it's really good to be upbeat and happy and bright. So that particular song style, which was a little softer. Do you have great variations in the musical style? Not so much the lyrical style, but the musical style.
Oh, yeah. So because I started top-lining when I was quite young, when I was 16, I have accumulated about 100 demos now that I have written, and I have definitely written quite a bit of happy songs in there as well. It's not just 100 melancholy demos. So I've written lots and lots of genres. I think even at one point I was experimenting with like British club music, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah, Rob likes to experiment a little bit with British club music, but a totally different context. So in terms of, I think it's public knowledge that having won that, you've won $6,000 towards your music career. How does that get spent? Does it get spent eating, or does it get spent, going in and actually saying, right, I'm now going to make an album? What do you do with the $6,000?
No, we have a plan.
A cunning plan.
They're going to be done. I think things are going to be done. I'm currently working on writing and releasing another EP. I'm busy fine-tuning a few like artist image related things in the background as well. Once this EP is ready, I'm planning on doing photo shoots and preparing some of that for marketing, and then moving forward with a potential live show of my own material.
Now, there was an interesting segment I saw on the television this week, Tamsin, the great aforementioned Ed Sheeran in court for alleged copyright. When you're writing a song, there's only a certain number of combinations of musical notes, you would think, and they've probably already been covered. How difficult is it for you to keep a melody that is in your head out of your head while you're trying to write something that hopefully no one's ever written before?
That's quite interesting. I guess the only time I've ever really struggled with thinking of a different melody tends to be if you're working with a producer and you so happen to write the same chord progression. If something comes up, generally it's a bit of a banter between yourself and the producer that goes, well, oh, that's kind of funny, and then you generally will change a chord or two just to kind of veer the creative process away from that, so you don't accidentally write someone else's song.
Yeah, when the producer sings along, it's always a giveaway, isn't it?
Yes, then you kind of go, uh-oh.
The other thing won't land. The other problem won't land you in court, but it's also songs that you've written yourself before, copying your own work, but just by the simple fact that things get stuck in your mind and they keep rolling through. You can change words, change tempo a bit, but sometimes do you inadvertently copy note sequence?
Yeah. So what's good, at least, is if it's my own music. If it keeps on coming back into my mind, then I know, oh, well, maybe that's coming back into my mind because it's a good melody, it's a good lyricism or something. And then what generally happens is I'll cherry pick and I'll go, okay, well, you're in the next song that gets released, and you kind of copy and paste from my different demos to make a Frankenstein song.
Yeah, so when you're starting, as you have from scratch, All My Fault is now out, and you've got some accolades for it, but the 100 you've got sitting back already written, is it time even to maybe pull some of those out and tinker with them style-wise, production-wise, just to see if one of those is going to hit the spot as well? Yeah.
You're right on the money. That's really in the cards right now. I'd be concerned if I wasn't able to use any of those songs.
And if they've been sung before, Status Quo, AC/DC, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, all of those had very successful careers.
Jim Steinman.
Yeah, by only playing the one song over and over again with a different title. Hey, Tamsin, we have to get moving. It's been great having a chat. When that EP's ready to go, let's get in touch and we'll give it a bit of a plug and play a song or two off it for you. If people want to know a bit about you, tell us about your website or your Facebook or something.
Yeah, so my main social media is Instagram, tamsin.official. If not, I've got my YouTube, which is just my name, Tamsin, and my website's tamsinofficial.com.
And Tamsin is spelt Tamsin. It's one of those names like mine, Neil, that you've got 438 different ways to spell it.
Yes.
Yeah, be careful.
Thanks,
Tamsin,
Thanks,
congratulations on your success so far. I sense there's a little bit more to come. I think you've got a very bright attitude and clearly some talent. So best wishes. Thanks for spending some time and just confirming, Neil, Neil's comment. If you want to keep promoting, please send us some material. We'd love to chat you again when you have your first million seller.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been great.
And of course, the Great Southern Song Comp 2023 was so successful. Presumably, there'll be a 2024 one.
Yeah, there will be. And you just punch another tune or two in that, and you might be winners again. Well done, Tamsin. Best wishes.
Thank you. Have a great day.
See ya.